Crispy, juicy, and delicious chicken thighs? Let's go! To make a flavorful seasoning paste, combine olive oil, salt, Italian seasoning, paprika, garlic powder, onion powder, and black pepper. Give it a whisk. Add the chicken and turn to evenly coat. Now it's time to bake. Evenly space the pieces on a wire rack set on a baking sheet. This allows the hot air to circulate all around the pieces. Bake until the skin is golden brown and crispy, about 35 to 40 minutes. Rest for 5 minutes before serving. Garnish with parsley and lemons. This is one of my favorite weekday meals. This is so good. For a super golden brown and crispy crust on chicken, use the standard breading procedure. It's only 3 steps. To set up your breading station, have your seasoned chicken, flour, eggs, and breadcrumbs, and a sheet pan or plate to put the coated chicken on. Dip the chicken cutlet into the flour. Make sure you press it down so that you get a nice even coating, and shake off the excess. Coat the other side. This dries out the surface, making it easier for the eggs to stick. Dip the chicken in the egg wash. The egg whites are really sticky, so this is going to give a nice coating for the breadcrumbs to stick to. Place the chicken down on the panko. Press it in to give a nice coating on the bottom side. Flip it over so you can make sure that the breadcrumbs are on the other side as well. Now you're ready to pan fry, bake, or even air fry the chicken. Sometimes chicken tastes tough, and we think we overcooked it, but maybe we just weren't slicing it the right way. Here's how to do it. What makes slicing chicken a little bit tricky is that the muscle fibers don't run in the same direction. You can really see the way the grains run when you shred a piece of cooked chicken. Pulling it apart, see how it naturally runs down. On the other side, it's running in the opposite direction. To break down the strands of muscle fiber so that the chicken tastes really tender, we're going to cut against the grain. You could slice the chicken straight down 100% against the grain, but I like to go at a slight angle. This ensures that you have some chew and that the meat doesn't just fall apart. Let's grab a slice and tear it apart. As you can see, you can easily break it into smaller pieces, which means it's going to be a lot more softer and tender when you chew. Gosh, this shredding of the chicken is taking forever. There's gotta be faster ways to do this. If you're in a hurry and the meat is still hot, use 2 forks to shred the chicken. Grab your hand mixer. Press the paddles into the meat and use the lowest speed to shred. Now you have beautiful shredded chicken. Now it's time to pull out the big guns. Add 1 to 2 pieces of chicken to the mixing bowl. Mix on low speed until it's all nicely shredded. This is great if you're going to break down a large batch. For more finely chopped pieces, use a food processor. Just add enough so that it covers the bottom of the food processor cup. Cover and pulse. This looks good already. You could also shred chicken in your blender. Break it into smaller chunks. Cover and blend on the lowest speed. Wow! It's already shredded! Did you know that you don't have to deep fry wings to make them super crispy? Let me show you how to bake them instead. Lightly press on the surface to remove excess moisture. Add 2 teaspoons of baking powder, 1 teaspoon of kosher salt, and 1 teaspoon of coarsely ground black pepper. Whisk this all together for even seasoning. Toss the wings in the seasoning mix to coat. Transfer the chicken pieces in a single layer to your greased pan. The elevated temperature is going to dry the surface of the skin, making it get crispier and more brown even faster. Flip them over so that we can brown the other side. Now we're going to bake the chicken for 15 minutes. As you can see, they're starting to develop a really nice golden brown color. Flip the wings over one last time to ensure a super crispy surface. I'm going to bake these for another 10 to 15 minutes. Wow, these chicken are beautiful in color and have a nice crackly surface. So much easier than deep frying. Do you struggle with making juicy chicken on the stovetop? Let's fix that. First, flatten the chicken. The breast portion is thicker at one end and tapers down on the other side, which will cause really dry sections. This will ensure even cook time. Second, coat the chicken. Season the chicken first, then dip the cutlets in some flour to give a light crust on the surface. The proteins brown and stick to the surface, creating a lovely contrast of textures. Third, cook the chicken. To ensure juicy pieces, start cooking in a large skillet over medium-high heat. When added to the hot olive oil, this quickly creates a golden brown crust. To prevent the chicken from drying out, reduce the heat, then give it a flip. Cook until the meat reaches an internal temperature of 160 to 165 degrees. This process will take you about 5 minutes per side. Now you can enjoy it as is or serve it with a marsala wine sauce, piccata, or with lemon and capers. Enjoy! Did you know that you can meal prep breaded chicken? Here are my reheating and storing tips. Once the chicken has cooled down, transfer it to a container with a lid. You can store the chicken in the refrigerator for up to 5 days. To reheat the chicken, place it on a foil-lined sheet pan and bake at 375 until it's warm and crispy, about 10 to 15 minutes. You could also reheat the pieces in the microwave in 30-second intervals until it's hot, then transfer it to a sheet pan and broil it for a few minutes to make it crispy again, just like it was made fresh. Ooh, that looks good. All you need is in this bold seasoning mix right here. Salt, pepper, paprika, Italian seasonings, onion, and garlic powder. Use a meat mallet to flatten. This ensures even cooking. Dry both sides with a paper towel to ensure a golden brown crust. Sprinkle on the seasoning mix. Look at all that flavor sticking to the surface. Add the chicken. A golden crust is being formed, so let it do its thing. It's all about the butter based. Golden brown, juicy, and tender. Slice it up and serve with your favorite sides for a complete meal.